Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I hope this tastes good because I do have more of them in the fridge now. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. But that's not the case today. No, actually, I picked these up, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's been a little bit. The nice thing about reviewing these types of products, I don't have to be particularly concerned about consuming them before the review. I'm usually pretty willing to hold my hands off of them and, until I get to the review time. But, so yeah, I bought these, like I said, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was out shopping, I saw it, it looked interesting, and I was like, sure, I can review that, I guess. But what is it, folks? It happens to be, boom, it's from Soleil. I don't know if it's Soleil or Soleil? I'm going to go with Soleil, right? Right? Sure. This is their Yuzu Citrus Sparkling Water. Ooh, exotic-y. Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. We'll kind of ha. Sure. And I actually had to look up, like, I've heard the term yuzu, and I've probably even had it in dishes or something. But I guess it's like a fruit from, like, mainly Southeast Asia area. And it's, from looking into it, people were like, yeah, its flavor is kind of all over the place. So I was like, all right, cool. Sparkling water. Oh. That smells lemony to me. Let's give it a go. Okay. That was an interesting arrangement of flavor sensations. Let's go in for the second drink, right? No, that tastes exactly the same. There's no difference. Okie doke. Well, it's very pungent. It, when I was looking up the information on the yuzu thing, the description on the flavor was like, well, some people say it's like a cross between like lemon and an orange and like a grapefruit. Yes. Although I'm not getting a lot of orange, definitely lemon, definitely grapefruit. For sure. But it's not distinctly one or the other. It is some sort of unique blend of the two. And I could imagine where like an orange aspect could maybe come into play with this, with something like this. Has 0 sugars. I just want to check that real quick. Yeah, it has like a citrus kind of aspect to it, a little bit of acidity. It also has like kind of a bitter and sort of like slightly sour flavor. Kind of like eating a grapefruit, which if you like grapefruit, yay! I don't know why, but some people like grapefruit. I think grapefruit is garbage bad. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that it tastes exactly like grapefruit. But if I didn't know what it was and I had to hazard a guess, I would guess grapefruit. That is the thing that I'm getting the closest to. And the flavor itself is, when it comes to sparkling waters, it's always a little bit kind of like, how much flavor you're going to get from them, how are they going to apply it. I'd say there's a decent amount of the flavor there. It is more of an accent than anything else, but it's prominent enough that you're tasting it. It doesn't taste, just garbled up and, just like someone at some point in time went over there and took this can and threw it through a Yuzu field and then ran after it and picked it up afterwards, and they called it flavored. It's like, no, it's actually got, some flavor to it. It's not bad. Like, despite my somewhat animated facial expressions, I don't mind it, but I don't love it either. Like, the benefit it has for me is that because it does have a sort of lemony, citrusy kind of deal going on, it kind of almost works within something that works for me when I, consider sparkling water options, which is that I tend to like the ones that are like lemon lime flavored or lemon or lime flavored because they kind of taste like watered down Sprite, and I like Sprite. With this, it almost has that because, again, it has that lemony aspect, but then it also has that sort of grapefruit kind of, vibe. And so instead of being like a Sprite or a 7-Up, it's almost like a Fresca, I guess, like a watered down Fresca. I haven't had a Fresca in forever. Maybe I'll review Fresca someday. Excuse me. But it's not bad. I like the carbonation level. The fruit accent aspect of it is nice. It gives it I appreciate the fact that despite the fact that it has somewhat, lesser flavor than you'd get from, most carbonated beverages, they managed to do a lot with it, and you managed to even get a little bit of complexity, a little bit of a flavor journey. I like that. It's kind of interesting the way that it's carbonated, because, like, there's a decent amount of carbonation to it, but it doesn't have a lot of bite. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. But, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Probably not, and sure. For me personally, I mean, I most of the time when I'm doing sparkling water stuff, I'm doing it for review's sake, but little by little, I'm always going to be a soda guy, there's no two ways about it, but like little by little, the dynamic is shifting oh so slightly, Soda has lost some ground, sparkling water has gained some ground, and a lot of that, it comes down to the fact that I think sparkling water as an overall product has improved substantially over the years, and we now have flavors that are actually pretty tasty. They don't just taste like ass. So I can kind of go with it a little bit. This is not a bad flavor, but fundamentally, because it does have that somewhat grapefruity kind of aspect, and I am really not a grapefruit person, it is not something that I'm all that into. It's like, I will drink the rest of them with a certain amount of happiness, but it's not... I don't think I'm going to need to, really keep myself, from them. It's like, I'll get them when I get them. It'll be one of those things. Like, when I've run through the other stuff that I want to drink more, I'll get back to these. But I don't mind it. Like, genuinely, I don't mind it. And, like, it'll probably be a nice drink for, like, when I wake up. Because a lot of times, I know for me personally, like, I'm all very mucusy and, this would be a kind of nice thing to help cut through some of that with, like, the citrus and the carbonation and stuff. But I don't think I would get it again. If I were going to go over there and start buying sparkling waters, like, just for my own personal usage, there's a lot of flavors I would have to get to before I got to this one again. So, but if I'm recommending it, sure. Like, it's not a bad thing if those flavors work for you. If you're somebody who enjoy, and mind you, it's not like a heavy grapefruit flavor. But if you enjoy grapefruit as a flavor, if you enjoy that kind of citrusy vibe, it's a nice thing. And even if you're someone like me who maybe are a little bit on it, I wouldn't suggest you not trying it. If you're already into sparkling waters and you want to try a new one, I mean, I don't know how new this one is or isn't. I don't keep up with the news of the sparkling waters. But if it's something that you're kind of considering, maybe you've seen it at the store or whatever, give it a go. Like, I don't think you'll actively dislike it. If even I can get along with it to some extent, I think you'll be fine. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly Yuzu-tastic rest of your life because Yuzu do Yuzu. Yes, that's a thing I said in real life. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal opinion on yuzu? Or grapefruit? Or both? Let me know what your opinion on fruits are. No, like I said, because for me personally, man, grapefruit I've just never been able to get along with. I distinctly remember the first time I had anything really grapefruit flavored, and it was just straight grapefruit juice. My first stepmom, I was a little bit under the weather, and she was like, oh, here, drink some of this, full of vitamins and all that shit and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, and I drank it and was immediately like, what are you trying to feed me? And she was like, nah, it's grapefruit juice, it's good for you. And I'm like, it is anus! Rancid horse anus, and I will never drink this again. And to this day, I don't think I've ever had fucking grapefruit juice again. But obviously not everybody's gonna think it tastes like rancid horse anus. Let me know. What kind of anus does it taste like to you? But anyway,